Hey, what's up to everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Talk. And we are back here again in the northeast section of Miami-Dade. Earlier, we did a video highlighting Legion Park, which is a park in the northeast section of Miami-Dade. And we are back here at another park location, which is also in the northeast Miami section A. This is further south of Legion Park. This is North Bayshore Drive and Northeast 55th Terrace. This park is called I'm sorry, y'all. Just thinking of something. This is called Morningside Park. And yes, it is the same as, you've guessed it, Morningside Park. Now, I'm gonna give you a little interesting background about Morningside. Now, this park is very, actually, kind of interesting and kind of peculiar, because of the way that this park sits. Let me go this way because I'm not going to the restroom. Now, this park here looks like the majority of the area has been roped off, which is kind of understandable, because I guess they're either doing construction or there's a lot of work being done to sections of the park. Now, the last time I visited this park, it's been years. I actually did a photo shoot here with a friend of mine back in 2009, where I did a photo shoot here, took some videos, and it was supposed to be for a calendar that we was going to be putting out for our friends and stuff like that. The calendar actually never went. I probably still have the actual calendar, because he did give me a photo, and it was 12 months. It was a 12-month calendar, and my picture in the background of all and it was one picture of me and all the 12 months, and my picture was in the back of that one paper, which had all the 12 months. Now, this is an interesting park because of the way to get in. If you've ever been to Miami and you've been to Morningside Park, you know entrance to this park is very strict. Even though this is a park owned by the city, it is strict. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you're traveling here through vehicle, there are several entrances to get to the park. But the neighborhood that sits in the park is basically somewhat of a gated neighborhood. And when I mean gated neighborhood, meaning because like when I was coming this way, because I was coming from Legion Park, a lot of the streets coming off of Biscayne was dead end streets, meaning that they was dead end. They was dead end to vehicles, but they wasn't dead end to pedestrians. So a lot of the areas was dead end to vehicles. The streets that wasn't dead end, this is a bridge where there's not much water, as you can see. But a lot of the streets that wasn't dead end had a guard gate with a security guard. I guess it's because of the neighborhood, because to get to the park you have to go through an actual residential area to get to the park. And I guess the residential area comes before the park. And the thing about this is, I don't know if they still do it, but when you get to the guard gate, they take down the license plate of your vehicle and they let you through. It's free. They just take down your license plate. I don't know why the reason is they do that, but I'm guessing it's because of, you know, for future reference, if anything happens or, you know, something happens in the neighborhood and you're accessory to the crime or something like that, they got your information. I don't know if they actually still do take down license plate. I know when I was walking down one of the streets, I did see a guard gate, and I'm like, yeah, this area stretches a long way. So this is a big park. Actually, this is actually a big park, and they have certain areas. I did do a photo shoot at one of the bridges. I don't know if that was the bridge, but I know one of the bridges. But that bridge there was kind of interesting because it really didn't have any water. It's more like a lot of trees and a lot of branches was there. We're probably gonna go through one of the other bridges that sits there. I know there was a pool area that sits over here. I don't know where the pool area. This is one of the biggest parks here in the northeast section of Miami. It kind of makes you wonder, like Crandon Park and all of the other parks that sits on Key Biscayne that we visited and stuff like that. It kind of makes you wonder about things like this, but this is a big park. It's actually bigger than Legion Park. And there, like I said, there are several entrances into this park. We're probably not going to walk the whole park, but we're going to go through a little bit of the park. I don't know where exactly the pool sat at. Remember, I have not been here probably since 2009. That's when I did my last photo, when I did a photo shoot here, and that's probably the last time I was here. And to know that I've Googled this several times, and you know, I've always wondered where's the best way to get in, because I know through pedestrian walking it's probably more easier to get to the park than it is with driving, because driving, you know, you probably have to tell them, oh, you're going to Morningside Park, because to me, I feel like this park is basically open to the residents that sits within this community of the guard gates, but it's also open to everybody because this is a city park as well. I'm actually kind of disgusted. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not really disgusted, but the fact that there isn't a section here where you can actually go and look or go sit by the waterway to actually intake the water view. Because like from here you can only see the high rises and everything from across the way. You can't really see the waterways. So it's actually basically looking as if you don't have a view of Biscayne Bay. This is a police tower, if anybody noticing. I'm trying to get out of the sun because the sun is blocking me. This is a police tower. This is what they use at certain events and stuff like that, and especially in high-end areas, like where there's high crime and stuff, like parking lots and stuff like that or whatever. They use those to, you know, they use that to secure areas, not only parking areas, but like if they have an event or something out here, they do it. There's no reason for me to go this way because apparently this is all blocked off, and they're doing construction here, so it's kind of hard to actually, you know, intake the water here. I don't know how long this construction's been here. If you've been here and you know about the construction being done on this park, you know, let me know. Email me, comment. There's writing on these trees. Community. There's a tree. These are different trees here. These are different trees here. So we're gonna go walk to this park. This is a bathroom, a restroom for park goers. I'll probably be using that in a little bit. Well, I'll probably be using the restroom in a little bit. That's the women's restroom right there. I'm gonna try not to walk through the grass, but try to walk around the walk areas. Now, I don't know from this park and Legion Park, I didn't do my research because, you know, lots of times with these parks, especially if you Google them online, they don't have too much information on when the park was open, and all of that stuff and all of that. So you don't get much, and especially when you go on the websites of these parks and city parks and stuff, they don't give you much info on, hey, this park was open on this day, this park was open this day. You know, you don't get much information. So it's kind of hard to actually get information on what's going down. Let me go this way on these parks. But I know this is a kind of interesting park, and I always wanted to do it because ever since 2009, when I came out here and I did a photo shoot, I was always, you know, an enthusiast with them and breathtaking with the views of the actual park. And since to know that there is not much of the park you can see because of the fact that they're doing construction, and it's kind of hard for you to intake any of the views of the water, there's only a few things you can do out here. You can come out here, play with your kids and at the playground. You saw there's a playground. You know, you can come out here and exercise, what we saw a couple of people doing. You can come out here and bask in the wood area to, walk through the trails and stuff like that. So there's a couple of things you can do out here. But as far as intake the views of Biscayne Bay at the present time, no, not. As I said, if you know what they're doing here or what of the construction that is being done here, you can easily comment at the bottom of this page. You know, if you've ever been to this park, you can also comment at the bottom of this page as well and let me know your memories of this park. Like I said, I haven't been here since 2009, so that's well over 10 years. And, and it's, it's basically, it's well over 10 years. So like 12, 13, 14, 15 years, basically. It's well over 10 years. And, it has given me a lot to say that this park has changed. When you walk across these bridges, you get kind of a feeling of, hey, it's a bridge. It's a nice, lovely bridge you can walk across, nice looking and stuff like that, and the water and stuff. But for me, it looked like there's no water on these bridges. There's no water flowing through these little ponds and stuff that sits here. So it kind of gets to you in the feeling of, where's the water? So you got to look at things like that. There's, of course, you see the basketball court, you see the tennis court that sits there as well. People walk their dogs here. And apparently this water is supposed to go out into the street. That's why there's a little hill in the street right there. This is supposed to be a waterway, but there's no water. This is a bridge that's supposed to hold up with water, but there's no water. There's 0% water here. So you're imagining what happened to all the water. As you saw in the first bridge that we went across, you could probably walk this whole area and there's no water. There is a hose here. I don't know why there's a hose here. I don't know what the purpose of the hose is here for. And it looked like an after-school program with a lot of kids that come out here for after-school programs. Because a lot of the parks, they do have after-school programs for the kids when you can come out after-school programs. But and overall, if they didn't have the construction going on, this would be a huge park to actually sit in and enjoy. We're going to go back over here to the bridge that I was walking by so you can actually get an overview of the bridge. Now, like I said, the entrance of this park, there are several entrances to this park, but the actual entrances does have guard gates to vehicle use. So if you're driving with vehicles, they will record your license plate number. They're not doing it to get information on you or anything. You can have plenty of rest, or you can have plenty of warrants or anything like that of nature. They're not doing that to do that. They're doing it just for security purposes, and stuff like that. They want to protect the neighborhoods. I'm guessing that people that live in this neighborhood pay for that service, because I'm quite sure that that's not cheap. I'm sure the county is not paying for the service of having guard gates, because if the county was, every area of the city will have guard gates and people have to enter through guard gates. But this is something like a gated community. It's not really a gated community because I wouldn't say that this is really gated, because you can get through here by pedestrian walking, and as I did, and it wasn't really gated. It's just the street that I walked here on, it was no outlet street, which is a dead end street where they blocked the street off, but it was accessible to pedestrians. There is water over here, which you can see as you go further out that way, and I'm quite sure if you walk down and walk further out, the water gets deeper and deeper. But it's something like a swamp. But apparently this is, over here it's a little bit of water, but not much. You could probably stand in that water, and you can see there's a little bit of water here, but you can stand in that water. So this is probably one of the areas I actually did. Was this the one? Well, there's another bridge there. We're gonna go to that one as well too. I think this is the one I came up on, but we're gonna go to the other one. But apparently, there's not much you can see. I was trying to find the pool area because I know one part of this place had a pool, and I don't remember the exact area. Well, with them doing construction here, it's kind of hard to figure out where the pool is at. I'm guessing that big building that's right there is where the pool is at, but it's kind of hard to tell where the actual pool is at this park, because of course you're not going to know where everything is located at, especially due to the fact that they're doing construction all around the waterways of the pool. As you know, with Legion Park, they was only doing constructions in certain areas, and it wasn't near the pool. I mean, it was not the pool, it wasn't near the waterway area. Now this is another pond that is dried up. You can see some of the creatures walking in the pool. In there. It is dried up. This is a lot of dried up. You can actually walk in this area if you could. This is an area where you can walk in, and it's actually dried up. So you can actually walk down this area. Over here as well too. You can walk down this area. You see a little bit of water, but that's about it. And I'm guessing it has something to do with climate change. I'm understanding. Okay, so we're now back over to this area. This is a baseball field. This is one baseball field. It's not like they have 2 or 3 like most parks. And of course, that's probably the park offices right there where the bathrooms, the main bathrooms and stuff is at. And you also have the playgrounds and stuff. So this is where everything is at. We're gonna go back this way. I'm gonna sit down, give my overview all of this park, and then we're gonna wrap things up, because we're now basically going around in circles. The reason why I did Legion Park and Morningside Park, because they're one of the few parks that sits off of Biscayne Bay. There are several other parks that sit off of Biscayne Bay. One of them we already did a story on a few days ago, which was Bayfront Park, which is one of the first few parks that sits off of Biscayne Bay along Biscayne Boulevard. And as you go further down, you have several other parks that actually sits along the Biscayne Bay area, and they actually give you an overview look of Biscayne Bay, as you saw in the Bayfront Park episode and as you saw in the earlier episode of Legion Park. But here it's kind of hard to get a view of the Biscayne Bay area because they're doing construction here. Don't know what they're doing construction of, and a lot of the times people are asking me, do you know what they're doing construction of? Especially one of my coworkers when we're on the bottom, they'll be like, oh, do you know what they're doing here when they're not? And I'm like, I don't know the 411 of everything, because I do, information videos and historical videos, and, I travel to different areas and like to view historical places. That doesn't mean I know what everything doing or what's going down or what's happening or what's the scenario. So, I don't know everything. I just know certain things. So, I don't know what all is happening. So, basically, here. But if you do know what they're doing here, even if you work for the county, you know what's going down. You can easily email and comment, at the bottom of this page, because I always like to know what projects they got going on with a lot of these projects they're doing here, because a lot of these projects are to enhance our community and to let us know what is going down and everything else with that nature. So I always try to find out, what, new projects they got going on in certain areas in certain cities, and what new projects that they have going on. On one project that I did, knew that they were supposed to build another amusement ride at Bayfront, near Bayfront Park, because they do have the Skyview Miami, which is the big Ferris wheel that we showcased on our previous episodes, and then they were supposed to build another amusement ride there. But also there are several projects that's supposed to be going on in the Miami-Dade County area that has not yet been pushed and for future reference. So I always want to know what's going down, what projects that they're working on, and what things that are happening to where it may enhance our communities and our cities. Even though I don't live in this area, but I just always want to know, a lot of the projects and a lot of the stuff that is going down in these communities, to know what's going on and what's happening, what changes they're making within these parks, what changes they're making within our communities, what are they building, what's going on. This bench has a slump in it. It has a slump, and the best way to have the slump is sits in the middle. Oh, good Lord. I would have sat on there, but it has water and it's wet. But okay, this is it. This is Morningside Park. It stretches all the way from, I would say, Northeast 54th Street to maybe 62nd. But the actual address, you will have to Google it. I didn't really do my research because the actual park stretches a long way. You can access it from any point on Biscayne between 54th and 59th Street, because there are a lot of access points. And by vehicle, anywhere you see a guard gate, you can access it. Because you can't access it from 62nd Street, of course, but you can access it within 54th Street to probably 59th Street. You can access it from 53rd Street, I believe, as well. There are several entrances to Morningside Park to get to it, because it's hidden back in a community area where there's a lot of houses and stuff, so you have to walk through to get to it so you can access it. It has certain amenities. It has a basketball court and a tennis court and a playground, the same as Legion Park, and it also has a park office, which most parks do have. A lot of parks don't really have a park office. They just have a little area where the custodians go to, and and they have a little room that the custodians go to, certain parks, But this one does have a park office, and they have restrooms. They did have a pool at one point. I don't know what happened to the pool. They're probably rebuilding it. I don't see a community center like the one at Legion. Legion did have a community center where you could probably host events, private events and stuff like that, like a banquet hall and stuff. But I don't see one here, which they probably do or probably did. But due to the construction, it's hard to tell. So this is Morningside Park in the upper east, northeast section of Miami-Dade, east of Biscayne Boulevard. So I thank y'all for watching this episode. I thank y'all for staying in touch. I thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to check out my other episodes. And don't forget to comment at the bottom of this page if you've been here to Morningside Park. If you have memories of here at Morningside Park, you can also email me, roundtable00@yahoo.com. I'm about to take some energy drink. Remember, I'm not 100%, but I'm getting there, So this is the Roundtable Talk. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated. And I will see you in a little bit in the next episode. Take care.